Hello everybody, welcome back to Hardcore Minecraft. In the last episode, I built up the Space Needle in Minecraft, and in this episode, as you saw in the title and thumbnail, we are going to be building up my industrial district. Now, I have worked for the past couple days on making a 100 by 100, actually it's bigger than 100 by 100 grid, I'm pretty sure. And it is this massive grid that we're going to be building a ton of farms in, since nothing can spawn in the slabbed grid. So it's going to be optimal for spawns in the creeper farm. And let's just go over to my goals here. And you can see, so I did the nether hub and highway, which we're going to look at in a second. Obviously, I just finished the perimeter. And we got to expand the sugarcane farm, make a concrete breaker, a super smelter. I think I'm going to do that by the base, or maybe here, do a guardian farm, mud farm, and a wool farm. Now, I don't have a... Wait, do I have a cactus farm? No, I don't have a cactus farm on there. But that's a different thing I have to do. So let's hop over to the nether and take a look at that. Alrighty, we're here in the nether, and as you can see, I built up this entire highway that goes back to the base here, and it took a while. It took a while, a lot of farming for Blackstone, and then I have the basic hub here. Now, I don't have these going anywhere because there's nowhere to really go to. But I'm going to hop back over to the industrial district, and we can start on expanding the sugarcane farm. Time to get to work on the sugarcane farm. Let's go. I have finished the sugarcane farm. All I have to do now is place the minecart hopper inside of the rail line here, and hopefully all will work. Okay. Oh, there's that right there. Okay, now it should work. Yeah, okay. So, now that that's done, we've got to move on to a concrete breaker. Woo! I've never made one, so I'm gonna look up one, because I don't know how to. Is it? Okay, yeah, it's still going. Okay, I don't know how to make a concrete breaker. I'm gonna have to watch a tutorial, find out how to, because I have no idea how they work. And hopefully I don't lose my hardcore world while trying to make one. So I'm gonna do that, yeah! I have finished the concrete breaker farm thing. Now hopefully it will work. If this works, all I have to do is hold. Alright. Cool. And the TNT duper should be going? Yeah! Nice. And it's giving me concrete powder that I put into it. So I'm gonna check. Oh. Oops. And we have concrete in here. Nice. Okay, that is really cool. So it does work. And it seems to, on top of that, work well. So I can farm up some concrete, and we're going to go back to the plan in 1 second. After putting in some concrete, this thing is great. I love the design. It's by Shulker Craft, so if you want to build this, you can check it out. Now, how did that get there? I'm just not going to question it. Now, on to our board. Here we have expand sugarcane farm, concrete breaker, super smelter. Now, I don't know where I'm gonna put it, which is an issue. I don't know if I'm gonna put it here or if I'm gonna put it in my base. And since I'm indecisive of that, I'm going to do something else in the meantime, which aren't on the board because I forgot to put them there, except for mud. I am going to make a mud farm, which is really easy, and another farm I'm going to make is a cactus farm, which should also be pretty easy. Like really for a mud farm, it's really small. All you need is a lot of glass bottles, and for a cactus farm, all you need is fence posts and water. So I'm gonna do that. I think we're gonna place the farms in this section, in this corner of the industrial district, just to get this kind of filled out, and then we'll have pretty much all of this side done. So it shouldn't take too long, like the concrete breaker, which took a little while, but it wasn't that long. Right, see you there. I've completed the cactus farm and the mud farm. Now, as you can tell, the mud farm is a lot smaller than the cactus farm. How it were to put bottles in, you put dirt in, and you just kind of go, and then boom. I don't have any bottles or dirt in, but if I do need mud, it's here. And we have our kind of cactus tower here, which is around 8-ish floors. I actually haven't counted. That I made, and I added a little squiggly thing. The industrial district. It's not for looks. I just kind of felt like it. I think it would look kind of neat. So we do have this to get ourselves however much cactus we need. And back to the age-old question of where am I going to build the super smelter? Well, you're about to find out. So I decided to go for a weird approach with the super smelter, which you can hear going there, and I guess just how I'm going to handle the industrial district, really. So I'm going to have all these chests, and we're going to have soul sand tubes, so here's a door, which are going to all link up to the central, like, industrial hub, is what I'm thinking of just calling it. I mean, it doesn't really have a name, just an industrial hub, where tubes are going to link up, give me all the items, I don't have to leave this handy little area, which will be really nice. The problem is the bubble elevators and everything will take a while to set up. But we also, of course, have the super smelter, which I used very scuffed redstone and a bubble elevator, to hook up and go back without even having to leave the little industrial hub here. So yeah, this is the input as by the arrow, and this is the output, and it's very weird arrows and not arrows. So yeah, put in the items, and the smelted item comes out here, which I guess just, yeah, shows the general plan of everything, and we have the super smelter done, so back to the board. Only two things left on the board, the Guardian Farm and the Wool Farm. Now the Wool Farm I know I'm going to do in the actual base area, but Guardian Farm I'm going to have to do all the way over at a Guardian Temple. And you may be thinking, well, this area is kind of empty. And over time, I'm going to add more to the area, but currently I am satisfied with the amount of farms I've done. And in a later episode, I will hook up the bubble elevators and get that all hooked up to the industrial hub here. I just kind of want to, get this done and take a little break, because it's been a lot of industrial work, and get back to building. So I'm gonna have to hop over to the Guardian Farm, or not the Guardian Farm, the Ocean Monument, and get some sponges and start emptying that. It's gonna be a lot of work. I have cleared out the entire Guardian, or Ocean Monument. I keep calling it a Guardian Monument. So yeah, it's just entirely empty in here, and then there's also this room above, and I think in the next episode or a different episode I'm going to decorate and have this fully kitted out as an interior, but for now I don't. And I have yet to build the farm, which should be easy. I'm going to be doing the kind of soul sand and then glass encased farm for the Guardian farm, and so it just goes into a nether portal in the center, and that's how that all works. I've finished the Guardian farm, and my frames are a bit down because of all the bubbles, but yeah, they are spawning like crazy and going into the portal. My only real issue with this farm is that they're kind of... One, there's too many of them, so they kind of get pushed to the corners, but that's not a bad thing, that's a good thing. I'm kind of suffering from success. Also, I placed the water a bit different, like weirdly, so I'll have to fix that. But, another thing, not really complaining, but I didn't have to drain the ocean monument, and there's not really a way for me to get inside of it. So I don't know if I'll do anything with it. I might at some point, but yeah, I mean, I was up there for like 2 minutes, so I'm curious to see how many drops I got. So, from like 2 minutes of farming, it's about like around a stack in each dub, which makes it about 10 stacks of items for like two. So, get about half a stack of like prismarine shards and about 16 crystals per dub per minute around. I haven't actually done the math on that, but that's pretty good. So let's head over to the Space Needle, and I can start working on the wool farm. I got way too carried away with this project. Now, I've made the entire area on a one-to-one, or pretty much as close as I could, like, try to feasibly do one-to-one scale of this area in Seattle for the wool farm, which is a lot. So, I'm going to take you guys on a little tour. I've been building this for the past, like, 3 days without taking a break. So, this is like a little, not monument, like, art piece, I guess, in real life. And got a little trash can there, and a light post. So, as we go along the sidewalk, we have a couple of trees that line it, and you go up to this thing, which I don't really know what it is, but it's in real life, and it's there. And as we go along the sidewalk, we end here at this little kind of forest area that's at the end, and I haven't done the roads. I've just done like the interior kind of thing. And the monorail in Seattle also goes over this section, and I haven't built that up because I don't have the monorail center, which I think is over here. I'm not sure. Then, as we continue along to the end of the like section I've done, there is this area I'll show off before I do the wool farm, which is like this in real life. I don't really know what this building is, but it's here, and I was like, that's a good place for a wool farm. So we have this weird forest area I didn't know existed by the Space Needle, and so I've built this. And yeah, overall this area I think looks really nice, and I tried to capture as much as I could into Minecraft, and I think I hopefully did a good job doing that, because as I said, it's been a giant building project doing this, and obviously I'm not close to finished. And now as we go into the wool farm, this obviously is not based in real life. I just did like, oh, you know, very colorful area because I'm getting wool. I haven't colored the sheep yet, and this just got, like, I guess, just started running, so I don't have that much in here, but it's just a little area for getting wool. And with all of that done in this episode, I think we're going to end it off here. I've done a ton in the industrial district. I finished my nether hub, kind of, not really. Did the Guardian farm, and I've done this massive area which we're going to continue doing in the next episode, where I'm probably going to do like the streets wrapping around, do the west section, and possibly do the museum that's like right here. With the museum, though, I am going to change the design because the design in real life is, I'm being serious, it's a very ugly design. So I think I'm actually going to remodel it in Minecraft, which I think is cool. So, with all that being said, that's going to be this episode. See you in the next one. Bye bye.